We open in media res. We are shown the sky telling us that it is a hot sunny day and a close-up of a desert lizard telling us that we're in the middle of the New Mexico desert. A shot begins with the sound of chains clinking and being dragged across a road. We only see the boots of the man dragging the chain, which makes us, the audience, curious. Who is this? Who is he trying to trap with the tires? In each preceding shot, we're shown slightly more of the man. He climbs into a car with chrome bumpers and proceeds to back up to a distance. He speeds towards the chain spikes, intercutting between the outside of the car and the inside of the car, along with wide shots of the car driving. The sound is edited accordingly to where the camera's perspective is. The car races into the spikes, and we're given 3 separate shots of the car bursting on impact. Sparks fly out, and the tire plate covers bounce off the ground. A close-up shot of the wheels shake in congruence with the disruption. We get a face reveal. Victor. Why would he be crashing a car? Another, much bigger car rolls into the scene, almost giving off a monster growl with its engine. And someone is sprinkling shrapnel as he drives. We get a close-up of the hand sprinkling the shrapnel, again, building curiosity with the audience by not showing the face. The car pulls up to Victor. Whoever is in the car is working in tandem with Victor. It's Tyrus. But even though Tyrus gets out of the passenger side, that still leaves the driver. He's in the shadow, and we can't quite see his face. Oh my God, it's Nacho.
Nacho!
We get a mirror shot of Nacho, appearing very ambivalent as Victor and Tyrus head towards the car. Nacho gets out of the car and walks through the oppressive shadow of Tyrus's car. This is symbolic of how he is under their control. Tyrus and Victor open the back trunk to reveal Arturo, Nacho's friend. You know Arturo, being kept in the trunk dead with ice gels. Tyrus and Victor look at each other with a J-edit cut. We're shown both of them unloading their guns into the car with Arturo in the driver's seat. The sound editing in this scene is great. Gunshots are lined up with the exploding of the glass. The level of the gunshots remain almost constant, but extra sound effects of glass shattering, bullets falling to the ground, and ricochets are adjusted for perspective. This makes use of several L and J edits. Throughout this sequence, we intercut shots of Nacho biting his lip, bringing his pathos into the scene. The final gunshot fades into the wind of the empty desert area. Nacho looks at Victor, and the shots are connected with an eyeline edit. Nacho gets into the car and is greeted with a headshot wound from his dead friend and blood on the windshield. Nacho gets into a braced position, and Victor shoots him. The gun firing is quickly cut, breaking the 180 rule to create the jarring effect of getting shot. Nacho exits the car and speaks the first sentence in the episode.
Can I make the call now?
He shot a secondary time with a squibby sound effect. Tyrus simply explains,
Gotta make it look real.
They have framed Arturo's death as a car shootout. The next scene is transitioned with James closing a car door, followed by 2 men getting out of the car. This seamlessly connects the 2 scenes. The men are introduced into the scenes with shoes that have skulls on the tips. These are Salamanca's nephews. They're introduced into the scene with an object. In this case, they're skull shoes. This is a technique most commonly used by Steven Spielberg. By introducing a character with a close-up of an object, you are making the audience associate that object with the character, and we will now identify the character with the object. The Salamancas investigate the shrapnel. Pans up to his face. He looks to the left upper corner of the frame. In the next shot, the other Salamanca is in the upper left corner of the frame opening the trunk, creating a nice eyeline edit. The Salamancas look out into the desert. The foreground focuses to reveal blood on the grass. They walk out to the desert to find Nacho. Jump cut to Nacho, who is heavily wounded with his shirt being ripped off. Jump cut to Nacho, who is heavily wounded with his shirt being ripped off. The Salamancas observe his wounds. Then Salamanca questions Nacho with matching close-up shots. The other Salamanca gets into the white van carrying a gas container. He gets into the car and drives away to reveal that he has lit the car on fire, disposing of the evidence. The scene ends with a beautiful shot of the car burning with the setting sun. Jimmy exits the blue-tinted veterinary hospital, and then Salamanca enters, transitioning from one storyline to another. The veterinarian enters the scene from Nacho's point of view, with his vision being blurry and distorted. A montage begins from the sound of the car door closing. We're given clear close-ups of Nacho's face, but everything else is distorted, including sound.
Can you not hit every damn pothole, please?
The dialogue is heavily reverbed and creates the feeling that Nacho is almost hallucinogenic with the pain that he is enduring. Nacho briefly falls asleep, fading the scene to black. Still distorted, he wakes back up, seeing fluorescent lights. Dialogue is echoed. The foreground is distorted and blacked out. It's hard to tell where Nacho even is. Tense violin music plays throughout the montage to build anxiety.
You, Aida, come here. Help.
Things become clear again to the sound of surgical gloves snapping. We pan across Nacho's body, showing his bandages and that a Salamanca is transferring blood to him. With Nacho coming to, we are given a better look of the entire room. We get the idea that he's inside someone's garage. Gus is brought into the episode. Not much of this scene is particularly interesting on an editing level, but there is something to note. In this scene, Gus is seen at a location with lots of blue. A blue suit, blue lights, blue sky, and blue buildings. In several previous scenes with the Salamancas and Nacho, and in this scene with Juan, they're all depicted on yellow-colored locations with blue skies. Almost like blue, being symbolic of Gus, is watching over them. He has authority over them. Ultimately, Gus has the power over everyone else in the drug trade.